essentially what we're trying to do is get every single ailment that you would possibly have, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, and attack it from every way that we can.
What are the kind of physical benefits that you personally feel when you've gone in for a therapy, or you've gone in for a physical massage, right?
I just need that little bit of alone time. Then I need to come back.
Is there any lifelong message that you've learned where you learned this and then things shifted for you from there?
Chronologically or alphabetically?
However you like. Welcome to Voice It with Karishma Shah. Our next episode takes us into this luxurious world of Turkey, Morocco, and the hammams that are very, very synonymous with these countries. We visited Shilp Wellness, a luxury hammam and spa which has been founded by Mr. Sudhir Mehta. His vision was to get the luxurious services of spa from Turkey and Morocco to India, and he's created Shilp Wellness. Shilp Wellness started with a vision that Mr. Sudhir Mehta had, but is now led and managed by his lovely granddaughter, Ayushee Mehta. She is a force to be reckoned with. A young entrepreneur who has a digital marketing company already, has gone to Boston, completed her graduation, and is now on her way to lead Shilp Wellness into the best experience that you can get from a spa and wellness space. We spoke to Ayushee, had a very detailed and heart-to-heart conversation about how Shilp Wellness came into being. She gave us an insight that Shilp Wellness was named after her grandmother Shilpa. Our experience at Shilp Wellness goes beyond just the services. It was a very hospitable environment, a lot of good service involved, beautiful management, all led by Ayushee. And let's understand now from her of what her future plans are with Shilp Wellness and what went into actually creating a larger than life experience. So Ayushee, firstly, thank you so much for having us over here.
Of course.
And the whole place is just beyond what I had expected. I mean, it's not just luxury, but I also feel like with the whole wellness aspect, it's got so many dimensions to it. Like when somebody does come in, it's got the whole, we want to take care of you vibe, right? Which is so important. I feel like everybody does connect somewhere down the line to the fact that, they come to a place and they're going to be taken care of. So I feel like that's the entire essence of the space is just bang on with that. So it's wellness. And it's also a fact wherein when somebody does come in, they can absolutely surrender and go with a very zen mode. So do tell us that, when you started Shilp Wellness, firstly, do tell me about the name. How is it called Shilp Wellness? What's the story behind that?
So Shilp actually means, I don't know the direct translation, but it actually means like sculpture or something like that, like beautiful sculpture. And the connection that we had to it is my dadi, she just passed away a couple of years ago, and her name was Shilpa. So it just feels like she's like part of it, and it's very personal, and it's just kind of her baby as well as all of ours.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like it has such a that's so thoughtful to keep the name behind, your grandmom. That's beautiful. That is amazing.
Yeah, we lucked out.
No, it does sound really, really nice as well. As you said, it does give you a personal effect, and it's so nice to know where the space is coming from,
Yeah.
When you started this place, or when you had the vision of doing this, how has the journey been for you so far? Do you feel like it turned out to be exactly how you envisioned it, or maybe better? Do guide us with how it started and where you are right now with it.
So to be honest, this is my grandfather's baby. It was his from the beginning. He's always loved to travel. He's gone to about 130 plus countries in his life.
Wow.
And he just loves to travel. He's always traveled my whole life. And from his experiences and from everything, he just came down, and he's always wanted to do something like this, something like a luxury spa, somewhere where you can just come and relax and just have a chill time, but still feel like I did something amazing and come out of it.
Yeah.
And especially at each corner, you can see like there's a little bit of everything in it.
Yes.
There's like Turkish, Moroccan, Arabic culture. There's a little bit of the chakras, like all of that.
Yes.
So it's just been amazing. And from that, then we kind of took it over. He's like, okay, we built it. Now you guys manage it. So now it's me and my aunt, and we kind of partner and manage this entire thing.
Yeah.
And of course, we have a fabulous team who's helped us throughout the whole thing, and you've experienced them as well. So it's just been very easy because of that.
Yes, the interiors of the space. Like, I have to give you a special mention for that, because you just get taken away with, when you come inside. It's also a world of its own that you've tried to create. Every single element that I noticed, from the hammam space to
your, the relaxation area to your entrance to everything, I feel like it has such a strong flavor of not just luxury, but also the fact that, you want to give people an experience. And I kind of noticed this with every element of your space. So how much time did it take you to kind of like, create the entire experience? And, with the kind of infrastructure that you've created, right? What's the story behind that?
So to be honest, it took us a while to create. It took us almost 2 years to build, and mainly because we got very derailed because of COVID. So we had all the plans, everything ready since way before, I think, Jan 2020, and COVID hit, and still we thought we could kind of manage within it, but obviously we couldn't.
Yeah.
And after that, it was kind of quick because I think my dada had a very straight kind of outlook on what he wanted.
Yeah.
And from that, it just kind of built. I'm sorry, to answer your previous question, it turned out way better than I was expecting, to be very honest.
It did. No, I do agree. I feel like it's, I do want to make a special mention about not just the infrastructure, because, sometimes it's this thing where, a lot of people have a feeling wherein, we'll come and, we'll experience this extraordinary place, and maybe I might not really be very happy with the kind of service that I would get. But you know what? I did experience the service that you have, right? And I want to mention that it's just even the management and the team and the staff, right? They're so mindful.
Yeah.
And that is really important when you're in the feel good, in the wellness space, right? Because our forte, with the kind of work that I do and the kind of work you do, our forte is people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll have to make sure that the people are happy and the people are well taken care of, right? So even with the therapists, right? Like so mindful about, the temperature and, are you sensitive? Are you not? How much pressure am I supposed to apply? And like thinking on the spot and like, just making sure that you're really, really comfortable. So I feel like this just goes to show how much care you're taking of everything. It really does goes to show that, not only is it something which has to look very fancy, but you know what? There's so much of effort that's gone into, and you're making sure that everybody who comes in has that effect on it. And when you're leaving, it's an absolute, the way that your dada wanted it, right?
Yes.
He wanted you to come in and he wanted you to have like this gala time and then go back just with that serenity.
Correct.
And I feel like from A to Z, that is what you guys are experiencing over here and giving over here.
Yeah.
So, did you have to kind of like, train the staff? Did you have to kind of, figure this whole thing as to from scratch, I want things. What was your vision like with this?
So, to be honest, all the staff and everything, they've been trained from like Dubai, and we've brought them in from all these different places. Of course, we've tried and tested. People have worked, not worked, of course. Yeah. But all of their training has been done from Dubai. Each service that you do the training has been done from the exact space that the service comes from.
Yeah.
So it's very authentic that way. And to be honest, it's very easy for us to say, yeah, the service is good and everything. But we personally, we've actually tried everything.
Yes.
And I still try, like whenever I come here, or whenever I, to check or whatever, finish the work, there's always a service that I take. It's something different than what I've done last time. And we've been open, I think, for about 4 months now, 4 to 5 months.
Yes.
And I've still not repeated a service or a therapist. So as in like, it's been the combination of both.
Yes.
And with each thing we get to see, okay, this is actually what our clients are experiencing. This is actually what is going to happen. This is good. This is bad, whatever. And that's the personal thing that I feel like really helps us and gets us hopefully that stay good reviews.
That's fab. That is really nice, because you do meet so many people and they'll be like, oh yeah, we're running this thing, but we don't really get the time to kind of like, do this.
Yeah.
But it's really nice that you're actually skin deep in this,
Well, that's my excuse.
Yeah, of course, yes. But I mean, I do agree that, it is something that you would love, but then it's also something that you're managing. So to do it at that kind of ground level is fantastic. What's wellness for you? Because, you're doing this. It's almost like your baby as well, along with your dada, getting there almost, right? Please tell us, what is wellness for you? What do you define wellness as?
Wellness for me, I feel is more, it's something that comes from within. So you can do whatever on the outside, but at the end of the day, if you're stressed and you're taking a massage, or if you're stressed and you're getting a therapy, nothing is going to happen for you.
Yeah.
So I feel like wellness is something that you really have to work at mentally before you get into anything physically.
Yes.
And here, at least, we try to kind of get that balance of both, and in the same Zen way that you were talking about, that you just come here and you're just like,
Yeah.
like exhale sort of vibe. And even the aesthetic, even the little bits like the greens and the little softer colors, all of that, it's all been like theorized and scientifically proven, and that's why we've kind of put it in here.
Yes.
So for wellness, for me, I believe a lot in like natural wellness. Like I don't like to take pills or put extra things on my face or my body or anything. Everything is like I'll drink an extra juice or I'll drink an extra like bottle of water or something like that, and that's, I think, wellness for me.
No, that's really nice. I also believe in the fact that it has to start from inside. I also believe that a lot of people, that kind of tell us that we'll apply a lot of products and then we'll just like be shining and all, but that's temporary, right?
Yeah.
That real glow and the real feel only will come if it's starting from within. So that's fantastic. I'm glad that your idea of wellness resonates with what my idea of wellness is as well. That's nice. That's fantastic. So Ayushee, one of the things that I noticed, right, this is not just with the thing that you've created over here, right, and there's so much of aesthetic value. So Ayushee, you have this really, really eloquent place, right? And you did mention that you're going to be starting these different therapies. So along with the Turkish Hammam, along with the current services that you have, please tell us about the new services that you're starting, which seem really, really exciting.
So a couple of the new ones that we're starting, one of course is this like pure marble bathtub that we have right outside the actual spa. And it's a little structure within itself, and in it you basically bathe in multani mitti, and it's like Rasool therapy, and it just completely like detoxifies your skin, get moisturized, and then you finish that, you take a bath, and you come back in and do the rest of the therapies.
Wow.
So hopefully that's one thing that really works, and it's just supposed to be the idea that we wanted to engage with that is just completely surround yourself with nature, because even the outside bit, it's like a one-way glass sort of thing, so you feel like you're outside, but of course nobody should be able to see you on the inside.
But that's really nice. That sounds really nice. You also are starting with, you have this beautiful yoga room and meditation room, and you have hydrotherapy going on, and the salt water steam room and everything, right? That's got a lot to do with the different kinds of chakras that we have. It's connected to a lot of inner wellness therapies as well, right? So do guide us with those things. How does that work?
So essentially what we're trying to do is get every single ailment that you would possibly have, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, and attack it from every way that we can. From each chakra, whatever problems you have, just try and get it out, because there's a school of thought also that when we were researching and we were building the spa, that believes that different elements attack different parts of your chakra. So for example, if you have earth, it attacks a certain chakra. If you have water, it attacks a certain chakra. So according to that. So from that, we have these different, so as I told you, the outside one would be the earth therapy. Then we have the salt therapy. Then for water, we have the hydrotherapy. We even have a sand room in which we do a dry massage. So it's kind of like memory foam, but like natural memory foam. And you get an entire dry massage on the sand. You rinse it off after, and you get a shoulder massage in the little pool that we've created in there. And so all these are the different types of therapies that we're doing, along with like sound therapy and light therapy, which is something hopefully we get to introduce once we have the villas ready. And that is something in which again attacks the different levels of chakra. So red would attack a certain one, blue light would attack a certain one. So things like that.
Oh, that's fab. That is really nice. Because we do have a lot of meditations for chakra, but there are very few, especially in our whole Indian scenario, right? There are very few places that could actually give you different therapies for the different chakras. So it's really nice to know that you all are opening up and doing these different kind of formulas and therapies for every single chakra. You have a lot of importance on massage, and you have a lot of importance on the whole physical therapy, right? So there is this thing where a lot of people have somewhere down the line this kind of a myth wherein maybe massages don't work for me, or maybe I'm not really comfortable with massages. However, from a person who really loves them to another person who really loves them, right? I want you to tell us about for you personally, right?
Yeah.
When you do get a service like that, right? Regardless of what age you are, what are the kind of physical benefits that you personally feel when you've gone in for a, therapy, or you've gone in for a physical massage, right?
Yeah.
What is the kind of, benefits that you feel right after, or even lingering for a very long time?
So first of all, I would like to repeat what I said in the beginning, that if you go in stressed for a massage, if you go in with 100 problems on your head and you're not ready to let go, there's no point. Then you won't feel the effects at all. But if you go in with the mindset that, okay, this is going to help me and this is going to do something to my body, at least, or my mind or something, then first of all, that's the biggest thing. Second of all, once you go in and you have the massage and everything, there's a lot about letting go. It's a lot about letting go control, letting go of like, just, okay, I just need to be and someone is going to take care of me sort of thing. And that I feel is really important. And that let go of power or like control over your life, I feel like that's more relaxing to a person. For someone like me who's very type A, who's very like, oh, I need this to be a certain way, this to be a certain way, that let go is kind of like freeing.
Yes.
So after that, once I finish the massage and I get fully, and like they press every single point that they know is going to bring you stress or going to bring you detox or whatever. Then as soon as you get out, I just feel like, okay, now I'm like recharged in a way and I'm ready to like restart.
Yeah, that is fantastic. I love how you mentioned, and it's something that when you think about it, right, the whole concept of letting go, right, it's one of the things that I have noticed, right? So a lot of aches in the body, right, will happen because so many people have such a tight body. And it's this thing where they're holding on to things, right? Even in, we do consults with people and, they come in with a lot of different health ailments, and we do an understanding with them. We will find out that, there are certain chakras that are blocked, or there are certain body parts where there is so much pain, is because there is so much of tightness over there. It's just this innate nature of holding on to things, and we physically also then hold on to things, right? So I love the fact that you just said the whole aspect of letting go is so important when you do come in for a service, or when you do go in for a massage, because that's the maximum benefit that you're going to be getting out of that service, That was brilliant. That was brilliant. I love that actually. And I feel like the more people understand this, that, it's very, how we notice sometimes when we're very upset or we're very angry and we won't verbally say something, but our jaw is we just clench it really hard. And then we start noticing, I don't know why I'm feeling so tired, because you've held on to it. So when you do indulge in, and I say indulge because it's self-care.
It is a luxury.
It is a luxury. Like even the next question that I'm going to be asking you is actually related to self-care. So I feel like when you do let go and you do indulge once in a while into something about taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, and taking care of yourself overall, it connects you so much with yourself. It's not just about, going and doing therapy and then getting out of it. No, but it's that connection that you're trying to build with yourself, build with your body as well. I'm sure you also believe in all the rituals for self-care, all the, the mental hygiene, the physical hygiene, all these things. I'm sure you really believe in that. So do tell us about, some of the things that you do for your own self-care.
I don't like diagnosed, I don't have OCD, but everyone who knows me in my life will say that she's a bit of a clean freak. So I have this thing about my bed that at night, if my bed is done, for the night, if the blanket is changed and everything, nobody's allowed to sit on my bed. You have to shower, change, brush, do your full this thing, and then only you can sit on my bed, if at all. But mostly people are not so clean, so they don't sit on my bed. That is one of the biggest
Noted.
That's one of the biggest things. But in terms of my self-care and whatever, I honestly, you're gonna laugh when I say this, I drink 3 liters of water a day. I feel like that just helps me with everything. If I don't get enough water a day, I feel like I'm getting stressed, I'm getting cranky or something, and I just need to have my water. And that's my biggest form of self-care. That and my, like, I'm a very like social person. I like, I like to go out, I like to like chill with people, my friends, everything, but I need that bit of alone time. Like, I'll be like social everything, but then when my social battery goes down, I need to take that time. Otherwise, like, it's a bit of a
and that's where
good luck to them.
That's where the maximum growth happens. I do feel like, because I resonate so much, because for me it's so important to switch off and be by myself. Like, I love isolation. There are so many people who get intimidated when they're alone, or they feel like, very anxious when they're alone, isolated, or they're like, when people are not around them?
So that's happened to me also. So that's why it's a little messed up in my head, because I like that alone time, but I just need that little bit of alone time. Then I need to come back. Like when I had COVID, I've got COVID already thrice so far. Third time, I feel like I didn't even notice when it was there. I just tested by mistake and became positive.
Oh my God.
So whatever. But the first time when I had it, and I had to be properly, because I had it bad. I had the Delta one, which was really, really bad for me. And my immunity is anyway not that good. And I had to be shut in a room for about 12 days, 13 days. I was going crazy. I was actually going crazy. First 2 days, I was like, okay, wow, like nobody's telling me what to do, whatever. But then after that, I was like, oh my God, I need to get out. Like, I need that little bit of like reset time, and then I can jump back, but I need to do that jump back.
Yes. No, that's also where you actually recharge your batteries.
Yeah.
So you would actually kind of like, go away. That's what I do. So after a very long time of constantly socializing, I'm also social, and my nature of work also does, put me in a space where I'm constantly around people, talking to people, consulting people and everything. So I feel like that space where I take away and I'm just by myself, I'm isolated. It's the best time because I gain the maximum amount of knowledge in that area. I can do a lot of introspection as per my growth. What's lacking, what's to be added, lots of introspection and kind of development over there. And the third thing is then you're fresh, and then you can kind of like get back to you can get back in full-fledged to your social activities. So I absolutely relate.
Yeah.
I do know that you did tell me before that you have a very artistic nature, and you do love the whole arts and creative arts and everything. You like to play the piano, and you sing, and you like all these everything related to creative things, right?
My mom forced me into piano when I was 3 years old, and I used to cry and scream and kick my way, and I used to be like, no, I'm sleeping, I don't want to do class, whatever. But today it's fun. I don't do it like in public. I don't very rarely I do it in public. But otherwise it's more just for me to wind down. It's a very therapeutic thing, and I'm very lucky to have been able to afford the luxury of being able to learn how to play and actually do it to a point where I feel like I don't really need a person next to me to do it. I can just like a teacher or someone, I can just do it. So that's, I feel like, another form of therapy for me. It's just get it all out there, get it all out. And if you do something good, it's just good for you, right? You feel better about yourself when you do something well. So that's kind of what I like. And of course I like my shopping.
But what you just said, actually does make so much sense, because there should be one, and I believe in this, right? I believe in the fact that there should be one form of creativity. It could be anything, right? But one form of creativity which you just do for yourself. It just has to be something that you do for yourself,
It can't be for someone else. You can't do it because then there's no point.
It has to be sacred to you, right? You don't have to make it public. You don't have to monetize it. You don't have to show it to people. You don't have to do it for people. But it's something that you just kind of do for your own self and for your own sanity and for your own spiritual wellness. So I do feel so I think those piano classes did pay off. Right?
I'm gonna tell my mom. But actually, no, she can't hear. She's right. She hears it too much from me anyway.
That's nice. You do have because I do know that your dada was the one who kind of started the whole space and everything, right? So you do have a very close-knit family, and there's a lot of trust that your dada has on you, right?
Yeah, a lot. Sometimes it's a bit too much also. I feel like he's just left me to do it, and he's just I believe in you, you're going to do it. So I get also a little bit overwhelmed that, okay, there's a lot of responsibility. But I feel like the biggest thing I've learned is that if you just feel like you can figure it out, you'll be able to figure it out. Because, okay, you'll make a mistake, you'll make 2 mistakes, okay, but then the learning you get from those 2 mistakes, it just takes you that much further.
Yes, it does.
I think it's fabulous. The fact that he's allowed me to do this with the help of my, the rest of my family and everything, it's just been amazing.
Yes, I also feel like it's really nice to be able to feel that sense of responsibility that you have towards the family. And then, from one stage kind of take it ahead and grow things. The foundation's laid. And, there has been that amount of hard work that's been there, but then now to expand it and to give it a life of its own, right? So I feel like it's such a nice and it's like a compliment, right?
Yeah.
To be able to get that kind of responsibility from somebody who loves so much, like your grandfather.
That also, and even my parents, for example, they've always been the type that if I'm sitting at home, they'll be like, go do something.
Yeah.
You know, and after college, and especially during COVID and everything, there was such a lull. Everyone was so like lethargic, and they're just like, I'm not getting out. What's the point of doing anything?
Yeah.
And that's when they really pushed me. They were like, start something, do something. That's when I started the digital marketing thing.
Yeah.
And today, even though that's on a little bit of a standstill because I really have to go into this full-on hardcore.
Yes.
But like they're the ones who've really like pushed me, and they've been like, okay, like get to it. Like you really have to like make good of it. And they've been supporting me every single step of the way. And even my siblings, even though they're like younger than me or whatever, they've provided the most support. Like, you know, when you get frustrated and your family is like, why is everyone telling me what to do? I don't want to listen to this, whatever. And I go to them, they're like, what do you mean? Like, you don't have a choice. Like, just go do it properly. Like, and you know, you can do it and stuff. They've been the most like supportive out of everyone.
That is fab. To have a very supportive family, and also something that a family that supports you, but also kind of like pushes you ahead.
Yeah.
It's a God gift.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
I'm very lucky. Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
When you started the space, right, and even from your educational background and the other businesses also that you do, right? So is there any you know, lifelong message that you've learned where, you know, you learned this and then things shifted for you from there? So would you like to share something that maybe, you know, you've picked up on the way of that, which kind of like changed your mindset?
Chronologically or alphabetically?
However you like.
Too
many? Yeah.
You come here and you realize, I was just telling someone like Sophia, that the entire thing, you go there, you study, they teach you to do it in a certain way. Like in America, they teach you to do it in a certain way. You come here and like, no, everything is opposite. Everything is completely different. But then when you come here and you actually realize this is the smarter way to do everything. Because they don't know how to do, like, you know, if something is happening, they don't know how to get it for a lesser cost or do it in a better way or something like that. They're just like, this is the rate. Okay, cool. I'm going to do it like this. So I think that's one of the biggest learnings, to unlearn what you've really learned for a really long time and come here and do everything differently. It's just all experience.
Yes.
And that coupled with like I'm not saying I haven't made mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes.
Of course.
But when I make those mistakes again, it's just like, it's not even learning from that. It's like you feel so bad about those mistakes. You're just like, shit, like that was such a stupid thing I could have avoided, whatever. You'll never forget it again.
Yes.
Like never ever. And today I'm so happy, like the couple of mistakes that I did make, I'm so happy that I learned from them. Because today if I had made those mistakes, it would have been so much worse. So it's good.
Yes. But there's always this thing wherein each mistake kind of, you know, is one step ahead.
Yeah.
Because you learned from that.
For sure.
And, you know, and you did mention type A, so you're the kind that will definitely learn from a certain mistake, right?
Yeah.
So you fall and then you wake up and, you know, you just know that there's a step ahead. You'll just have to go there. So you won't repeat what you've done before.
Not at all.
Right?
Now I have Excel sheets for everything. Literally everything. Everything is color coded, chronologically, alphabetically, everything is done.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that comes to a point wherein how easy or how difficult do you think is people management? Because now at this stage, right, when everything's set up, we're good to go, and you know, we're getting this, you're getting this amazing feedback from clients who are coming in, right? So how do you think has the journey been for you to be able to people manage, and you know, what are some of the things that you absolutely make sure with the kind of management that you do?
So to be honest, I've always been kind of a people pleaser. I've always been like, oh no, this person doesn't like me. I have to do everything to make it up to this person because of one comment I must have made or something like that, and go over and beyond. What I've realized is, especially in business, whatever negative comments or negative feedback that you do get, nothing is personal. So the biggest thing, what is people management? It's basically your relationship with others and how you can attract their energy. And as you said, you're very spiritual. Yeah. Yes. So it's like how you attract their energy, how you're able to relate to people, how you're able to get them to do certain, like to convince them to do certain things or make them understand, or, you know, things like that. So for me, I believe that people management is a lot in building your, you know how we say thick skin? So you really have to not be so sensitive in life, because the first time I ever fired anyone, I cried for 3 days. It was so hard for me because I was like, I'm taking away someone's livelihood in that.
I understand.
And my family was literally like, listen, this is what happens. If you're really not getting what you've paid for, you're not getting whatever, then it's not good for you. Neither is it good for them because they will not grow anywhere in this job.
Yeah.
You'll just feel bad, so you'll keep them, but they'll feel bad about the fact that they're not doing a good enough job. They'll probably feel like they're doing a best job. They won't grow as people.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, you have to look at it because it's a business. Nobody's running a charity.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that some people are better suited for some jobs than others. And after that, you're just growing that much more as a business, more than personally or as, people.
Yes. Yes.
And in terms of client management, the good reviews we've got have been amazing. They've really been amazing. We're so happy with the feedback that we've got.
Yes.
And I think the thing that we've learned from that is not to let it go to your head. You still have to keep improving.
Aptly said.
There's no bar which you can stop improving. Like today you said you love the interiors. Still we can add more details. Still we can do a more personalized experience. There's never an end point to how you can improve yourself.
Yes.
So I think that's one of my biggest lessons, people-wise.
That's fantastic. Ayushee, is just like sometimes I feel that, a lot of people underestimate people who are on the younger side of the age.
Yeah.
Because I used to get that a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you get it too sometimes, right? But however, having met you today and, listening to all the things that you've told me and also the conversation that we've had, right? I strongly believe that age has got nothing to do with wisdom. And, the kind of insight that you have, the kind of inner wisdom that you have as well, all these things, it's, a lot of people gain all these insights after maybe working 30 years in an industry. But, at such a young age to be able to understand these things. Yes, you did cry for the first time, but that's okay to be able to kind of, understand that you are emotional, you are sensitive, and then flip that all over because you're also a boss and you have to at the end of the day deliver, right?
Yeah.
So once you've understood that and you've learned how to shift it for yourself and then you're doing the right things that you're supposed to do as a boss, right? I feel like that itself has so much of integrity in it. So I would like to say it again. I don't think that anybody's age or, anybody's years of experience really matter as long as, you know how much insight you have and you know what you bring to the table, your own inner wisdom. We could look like we're 20 years old, but we could have the inner wisdom of an 80-year-old, and with time, the more we kind of see things, experience things, it just adds and adds and adds to our value.
Yeah.
So with you, I personally feel like we're already 80% there. And then the next 20% with age, with time, and with a lot of more experience, the polishing will, kind of take on.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully it never stops.
It will never stop because it's us, Things don't stop, we stop. And if we know that we're never going to stop, nothing will ever stop.
True. 100%.
So this has been fantastic, Ayushee. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. I hope you had a great time.
We've had an amazing time. Me and the team, we've loved each and everything. As I said, not just the experience, the people, the lovely food that's come in. Every single thing has been so nice. I feel like there are very few occasions when, you feel like when you experience a service, you can understand the people's psychology, the people's feelings behind something. It's very rare that you can do this, especially when things become a brand.
Yeah.
We'll never really understand the essence of the person who has created it. But I think with Shilp Wellness, and also the fact that it comes from, your own grandmom's name and your dada's hard work and your vision and your perseverance as to how you're going to be taking it ahead, I feel like from scratch, from the time that you enter the space to the time that I'm going to be leaving the space, it's that essence that's there with you. And you take it back. You take the family value, you take the family love, and you also take the sheer hard work that the family's put in to be able to create something so magnanimous, So thank you, Ayushee, once again.
Thank you.
It's been lovely to be here. And to you as well, the girl boss that you are. All the best for everything. And, we're going to be seeing the entire Shilp Wellness into a more larger, more extraordinary and,
100%.
one-stop destination for wellness in India very soon.
Fingers crossed. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you.